Good evening and welcome to My Future. I'm Ruveneko. This evening we continue again learning more and more about STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, the new campaign that's been launched by the Ministry of Higher, Tertiary and Education, Science and Technology Development. Now it's been a couple of weeks since this was rolled out, and it's also been maybe 2 or so weeks since the O-level ZIMSEC results came out. So now is the time to really assess and see how successful STEM has been so far. So we have the Deputy Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Science and Technology Development back in studio to give us an update. Kuti va papi ne STEM. Let me introduce now the Deputy Minister, Dr. Godfrey Gandawa. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Ruveneko.
Now, Dr. Godfrey Gandawa is also the ZANU-PF Secretary for Science and Technology for Mashonaland West, and he's also the ZANU-PF MP for Magunje constituency. All right, so Dr. Gandawa, tell us what's the position of STEM to date?
To date, we have performed very well because so far we have had about 2,000 applications that are being processed, and we have already paid for 1,439 students across the country.
1,439 as of today?
Yeah, as of today,
right,
have been paid for.
Right.
While we are processing about in excess of 2,000, which we hope by the end of the week we should have paid for.
Making it 3,139 in total.
Sure.
By the end of this week,
by the end of the
being
week.
Friday.
Yeah.
And what's your target? How many can you afford to pay for?
We wanted to increase from 2,500 to at least 5,000.
So at Tashika?
We are not yet there.
Right.
But provisionally, we have funds to pay for 8,871 students. We are taking that from the people that did the combinations, people that are eligible,
right,
to get into the STEM subjects. Should that number register, 8,871, we are able to pay for that.
That is a huge number. That's a big jump from the 1,000 you're talking about. And now we're well into the first term of school. So do you think that you're going to reach those numbers for the 2016 intake, or is it a bit too late?
Our science and technology officers on the ground are approaching each and every school to make sure that we hit the target at least for 5,000.
Right.
But we are encouraging the parents and the students to take or seize the opportunity and get paid for.
What do you think is the setback? I mean, there's something so appealing about knowing that your tuition fees are going to be paid for an entire year, both for the students and for the parents. So what do you think is slowing people down or stopping them from registering for STEM?
You know, in my view, our people are not quick to respond to things like this. In most cases, they think it's propaganda.
Or they think it's not true.
They think it's not true.
Right.
Because they think the economy isn't performing well and it's not practical that the government will pay.
Right.
But the moment we started paying, we actually made it deliberate that we pay for those. We are paying exactly when you submit your application, we pay for you. We wanted to show the nation that we are serious in developing science and you will be paid for. Some still don't even believe after receiving a confirmation of payment.
Right.
They still wonder, am I dreaming? Because it's manna from heaven.
I mean, if you were not government, Dr. Gandawa, would you believe yourself? We have instances where the government has had programs and still programs that are ongoing, whether it's cadetship or, you know, whether it's BEAM. There are instances where the government has let the people down. So can we blame people for not believing you?
We can't blame them, but in most cases you need to take a chance, because in this case you lose nothing by registering. So one must just try and find out, like what the others have done. They've applied and they have been paid for.
You say you lose nothing, but I think this is where we need to analyze, because you look at the expectations the Zimbabwean people have had, right? Where there are instances where they've been promised certain things and they have not come to fruition, regardless of what it is. So what they do lose is that spirit, that love, that passion, that patriotism that makes them stand behind their government when their government makes a decision on their behalf. When their government says, we're going to do A, B, and C for you, for them to come rallying to your support and come behind you, you need to understand that there's a history of being let down.
I think this will become a lesson to the people of Zimbabwe to say when government promises, they will deliver. Like in this instance, we had properly planned for the program.